Welcome back to West of Loathing. This is Weeza, and today I think we're going to build a bridge. A bridge to somewhere. I have no idea where the bridge goes, but we've been, I guess, distracted for the last 5 episodes, and we haven't actually gotten any farther with that. But today we are definitely going to do that. And between recordings, I have been running around and accomplishing a couple little side quests. And as far as I can tell, the only thing I have not done is figure out Granny's favorite granddaughter. I made another guess. I started with Magdalene the other day and then Melissa, and neither of those worked. So needless to say, I have to wait until I sleep again to actually do that. But as you can see, I have a whole bunch of boons going on right now, and I am perfectly content with not ever accomplishing that quest if necessary. But one thing that I did just do, as I went through all the vibrato stuff, I had a mountain of punch cards. So I turned them all in, and I've now unlocked the entire language. I was going to record that, but I'm like, it just wasn't very interesting. It was just a list of words. But while I was doing that, I ended up finding a dome that I turned into the professor, which is this piece right here. And what it does is it actually fabricates equipment and munitions for you. So I ended up making a few grenades, a couple teleporters, assault drones, and medical drones, which are essentially what they sound like. So as far as I can tell, you really didn't miss anything. And I don't know of anything else that I can do necessarily with the El Vibrato stuff. So if we happen to come across something, that's great. But before we actually start building the bridge, what we need to do is go down to Fork Darkness. We have not been there yet. I think it's the only portion of this immediate map that we haven't actually touched yet. But on the way, the already intense heat intensifies. Sweat stings your eyes. And while it's stinging them, you fail to use them to notice that you've ridden right into the middle of a herb of pyrovobes. So yeah, we've got a decent, enemy here. I mean, it's fairly standard, but look at this. I mean, once I increase my mysticality by 25 and then do this, I mean, it takes everyone out in one hit. And it's, I think I'm just a little OP here. And I might be wrong, but maybe it's just for this section. But once we get over to Desolate Some Coast or whatever it says, then we'll see what happens. Okay, this is actually where the hippies hang out. So we're going to see what we got going on around here. All of the cannons have flowers stuck in the barrels. That's nice. Brought to you by the Volkswagen. Okay, get some loco weed, shocker. And we have not been here yet, so let's use our binoculars up in this tower. And yeah, I suspected I've pretty much unlocked everything anyway, but that's okay. Let's run down to the edge as usual. Okay, one of those is playing music. I guess it's that one. Yeah, okay. Well, let's start here. Oh, wow. Jesus. Go back here. Yeah. This guy seems to be in a daze, looking around incomprehensibly at the boots and the cobbler's tools around him. Hi there. These are some pretty cool boots you've made. Are they for sale? Oh, no. I mean, I'd like to sell them to you, but they aren't mine. You didn't make them? It's funny how everyone assumes that, but no. These were all made by elves. Elves? Yeah, man, like little elf guys. They're hard to see, like just out of the corner of your eye, But I'll just be kind of standing here and just kind of, and then like oh hey, got another pair of boots in my hands. Guess the elves made some more boots. I haven't made a pair of boots myself. I don't know, like a years, something. These elves keep making them though. I don't know why. Weird. Okay. You seen any jelly beans? Jelly beans? Weird. No, I haven't seen anything like that. Ask the elves maybe. I'll give that a shot. You should open up a boot store. A store to sell your boots in. They're not mine though. They're right, the elves. But the elves can't be making them just for fun, right? I think they're making them so you can sell them. Yeah, that makes sense. There's a town called Dirtwater. You could open a really nice shop there. That's a pretty long trip, but like it'd be dangerous. I'd be worried the elves wouldn't make it, Interesting. So now I have to find a way to get the elves there. Okay. This young lady is dressed in fancy, expensive traveling clothes, though hardware has made them dirty and ragged. Also, her pupils are about the size of teacups. Wow, hi. A new face. My name's, one second, Irene? She giggles. Everyone here just calls me Mushrooms, so I forget sometimes. Howdy, Irene. I'm Howdy. What's your story? Oh, not much to tell. I was hitchhiking to Frisco a few months back, but I stopped here and never got around to continuing, We're like a big happy family here. And everyone's so nice and appreciative of how I know so much about mushrooms. Mushrooms? They're good for all kinds of things, if you know which ones to pick. If you want, I can tell you a few of my favorites. Okay, cool. Would you like to buy a mushroom? This batch is extra groovy. How about a free mushroom? Well, I guess. I suppose they're ultimately free after all. Sure, one won't hurt. Plus, what do I even need meat for? Okay, we've got a mushroom that opens our third eye. Mysticality by 23 for the rest. Wow. Nice. I mean, granted, we've already got some of those, I believe. We got the perk Curtsy and Charm plus 10 Moxie. Well, I don't have any money to do anything. You seen any jelly beans? Yeah. I had some jelly beans recently. I don't quite remember. Oh, they were in my lounge. Where's your lounge? I don't quite remember. It's only there part of the time anyway. What? I don't know. Would you like to buy a mushroom? No, Letty. I think you've probably had enough. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Just a whole bunch of hippies. Hi, I'm Howdy. Teeth, clavicle, femur, teeth. Wow, okay. Oh, damn. I've already sold my gold teeth. Let's see, give her some bones. Oh, you got a bone sword. You hand her an armful of bones and she starts mechanically picking through them, selecting some and discarding others based on criteria you can't discern. Eventually, having chosen the best two from the pile, she secures them together with wire and screws and hands you something that basically looks like a sword. Got a bone sword, dealing spooky damage instead of physical. That's actually a pretty good sword. It's blunt and scary, which is half of the things a sword ought to be. Neat, thanks. Let's see, let's do the skull chips. A bone chip ring. You hand her some bone chips, and she starts muttering. Her eyes seem to focus a little, and then she takes some glue out of the toolbox and presses the chips into a ring. As soon as she gives you the ring, she's back to her muttering. A bone chip ring. Have more random encounters with skeletons. This ring is made of compressed bone chips and glue. It's disgusting. Do you even know where the glue comes from? Because that's your concern. Yes. Do you know anything about a lounge? Teeth, lumbar vertebrae. Okay, that makes sense. Got any jelly beans? Teeth, jawbone, teeth. I see. Okay, let's see what she gives. Okay, she's just gonna make more. Because I had a lot of bones, and now I don't. Oh, damn. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Now I've got two. Maybe I can, one, maybe I should leave her to her hallucinations, and then maybe I can sell those other things that I just made by mistake. Hi, I'm Howdy. Salutations, Howdy. They call me the talking dude because of my extensive knowledge of the principles of philosophy and the arguments and conundrums surrounding its various aspects and interpretations. I bet that's why they call you that. Can I interest you in a discussion of the particulars of Curtsian philosophy, Howdy? You seen any jelly beans? Well, first, we must take care to define our terms. What does it mean to see jelly beans? And what if I see as jelly beans are different than what you see as? Cut the crap before I cut it for you. No, I have not. But I do know that Irene, the newest and, dare I say, the most delightful of our little clan, is particularly fond of them. You might ask her. Can I interest you in a discussion of the particulars of Curtsian philosophy, Howdy? Do you know where Irene's lounge is? I've been there, but for some inexplicable reason, I was never invited to return. Inexplicable? I would self-actualize by returning on my own, but I don't remember where it is. Todd will not tell me. It is quite frustrating. Can I interest you in a discussion of the particulars of the Curtsian philosophy, Howdy? Sure, why not? The talking dude begins and you immediately tune out. Blah, blah, determinism, blah, 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 blah. I see. Blah, 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 dispositional occurrent belief, blah, blah, blah. But on the other hand, blah, blah, blah. Try not to yawn. You keep him talking with the subtlest of body language. Blah, blah, Cartesian dualism, blah, dialectal materialism, blah, blah, blah. Aha! Blah, 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 determinism, blah, 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 fake gasp. Your posture alone is enough to keep him talking. Blah, the meaning of life, blah, dialectical materialism, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I agree. Blah, 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 ontological argument against blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, narrow your eyes. He acknowledges your interest and barrels onward. Blah, 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 blah. Fascinating. Okay. I'm just going to speed through this real quick to see if you actually get some. There we go, finally. Your posture alone is enough to keep him talking. Blah, blah, blah. Hedonism is the only choice. Blah, 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 blah. It actually seems like some of it is rubbing off on you. You got the part Curtsian philosopher. Oh, nice. Plus 10 mysticality. That was admittedly very worth it. Let's walk away before I'm never able to even crawl away. Onward to the meth lab? I don't know what this is. Okay, let's see. This woman is rocking back and forth, making sounds like she rapidly flaps her lips with her fingers. Hi. Hi. Hand her a jaw harp. Yes. What's this? It's kind of a musical instrument. You bite the narrow part and then, well, basically just do what you've been doing. She gives it a few experimental twangs and boings and then knocks out a sweet riff. Wow, this thing is like revelation. Thanks. I feel like maybe I should take this show on the road. Maybe try the Jewel Saloon in Dirtwater. Sounds good. Thanks again. She leaves planking that twanger the whole way. Nice. All right, we've been sending a few people over to the band. I think we've added 2 or 3 since the last recording. Hello? Hello. Yes, hello. Yeah, I'm Todd. Howdy, pleased to meet you. So, what do you do around here, Todd? I'm a chemist. I've been researching the properties of some of these local mushrooms. Properties like what? Like how they get you totally wrecked. Right. I'm kidding. They actually have a lot of interesting properties that could be a real boon to medicine. They may even hold a solution to many psychological disorders. Oh, well, that's pretty interesting. The fact that you also get absolutely smashed is just a happy side effect. Woo! I see. If you have any Lactarius dirty hippicus mushrooms, I can refine them into a more potent potable, i.e. a potion. In fact, I do. Okay. You got the dirty hippic extract. Go easy on this stuff. It has a real kick to it. Okay, it fully opens your third eye. Thanks. Can I get some more? I think I've got some more mushrooms. Yes. I'll just go ahead and get another one. Just in case. He's my neighbor, just in case. Let's see. Have you seen any jelly beans? No, I'm not interested in jelly beans unless they're like that kind of jelly bean that gets you completely blasted. I don't think that's a real thing. No, it is. I heard they got them in Frisco. That doesn't seem safe. You know, for kids. Do you know where Irene's Lounge is? Oh, yeah, I do. Don't tell the talking dude if you don't mind. But it's in that cave where we get all of our mushrooms. I didn't see any lounge there. It's, you gotta be, he jerks his thumb at the apparatus behind him and winks at you. Okay, obviously we take the potion he gives. I'm gonna get one more. Why not? Cool, thank you, bye. Okay, at least we can find the lounge now. What the heck? Okay, we've got synchronized crazy going on. This tall, muscular, bald man is leading his students in an aerobic workout routine. His voice is powerful, yet discerningly soft as he counts off 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise. You must strengthen the body. If the body is weak, the mind cannot be strong. These two are one. Who are you? I'm Kurtz. My methods will usher in a new age of power and will. Can I exercise with you? Why am I doing this? This is not what I would do IRL. You do not have the proper attire. Before muscle comes skin, before skin comes clothing. You look around and sure enough, everyone else is wearing the same striped pants and weird fuzzy headband. I believe I do have everything here. Let's see here. Go ahead and put this garbage on. Well, I did. Well, I guess I got rid of my headband. That's unfortunate. Well, unfortunately, I don't have that headband anymore. Hopefully we can find one. Let's go into this last tent here and see if we can find anything exciting. It's a bunch of military manuals. They all look too complicated for you, except for one. You've got the item, Cannon Loading for Idiots. This is a book about how to load a cannon, written at a reading level that is more or less equivalent to illiteracy. Jeez. Okay, we're going through some crates and get and rolled right out of this thing. Okay, got smelling salts, canteen, some ammunition, yip. Some hardtack. One of the drawers of this cabinet is open a crack. Check it out. The last entry says that she was buried in plot 420 in the military cemetery up north. I've already gone to the military cemetery and checked out 420 because, you know, it's kind of an obvious number. And it's obvious after I went through probably 30 of them. But anyway, we've already gotten that item. A sturdy safe that contains, you assume, guns. It turns out it was only a single gun. It's a nice one, though. You got the item, Army-issued sidearm. Which, sure, it would be nice if I, could use firearms anymore worth a patoot, but I cannot. Okay, I think we are going to go over to the, where is it called? The mushroom mine. Where did it go? Oh, shroom cave. Here we go. We're going to head over here and take some of this tonic. But on the way, there's a skeleton out here in the desert. That's not very strange because people die all the time in the desert. This skeleton, though, is doing arm curls with a pair of iron dumbbells. She doesn't have any muscles, but somehow her bones are extremely ripped and or swole. That doesn't even begin to make sense. Show concern for her health. Listen, I'm pretty sure bones aren't supposed to do that. Shh. Yeah, I mean, you look really tough, but bones aren't supposed to swell up like that no matter how much exercise you get. You really go out to see a doctor. The skeleton leaves dismayed. Ha, okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to take this stuff before or after I go in. Well, that's the reason why I took several of it. Let's see. Here we go. This is a concentrated form of mushroom hallucinogen manufactured by an insane chemist. Hope you didn't have any plans for the weekend. Well, I don't now. You can't use that item because your spleen is full. Level up your gumption to increase the size of your spleen. Alrighty. And to level up my spleen takes 2300 XP, which I am not even close to getting. But I can be. Hold, please. So I've gone actually running around looking to get some XP and stuff, and I thought that the Corioskopes of Trees was one of those locations, but it's not. It actually is a facility that I have been playing with for probably the last 35 minutes, trying to figure out the correct sequence and everything else of doing this. So, you know, there was a pipeline terminal and everything else to select certain things, whatever else. I am not getting into this because this was, quite frankly, I don't even remember how the hell I did it. But needless to say, I have gotten to the point where I have unlocked everything. I have ended up getting the best coffee that you'll ever taste kind of thing. And we've made it to the construction terminal. So we need to select something. I've already gone through some of these things. And where is this? Local bridge beacon is the only one that I can actually select. So I'm going to go ahead and initialize this. Okay, what is this? The terminal beeps loudly. A slot opens below the screen and a small model bridge falls out and clatters to the floor. Maybe there used to be a table there or something. You got the El Vibrato model bridge. El Vibrato model bridge. This is a model bridge made out of El Vibrato materials. You think it's meant to act as some kind of blueprint. Oh, well, there you go. I think we just lucked upon this because I did not even realize this was here. That's actually kind of cool. I would have been screwed otherwise. But there's other ways to make the bridge. I just I got the wood like 4 or 5 episodes ago, so that was kind of neat that we ended up coming across that. Yeah, so let me go get these XP. I mean, I could go ahead and sleep and just get this all back. I don't know if I have enough money to do that, is what I'm getting at. So I've made it back to Shroom Cave with the upgraded gumption, and that wasn't too terrible, but I can say that I've probably had more enjoyable dental visits than having to grind that much, but it was not too bad. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take this. Okay, you gain the effect. Your third eye is now open all the way. Okay, like, wow. Let's go in here and see what we can find. And I don't know how long this lasts. It probably lasts indefinitely, who knows, until I sleep at least. Okay, so it looks like we've opened a doorway. All right, a disco doorway. Oh, looks like we've got some jelly beans there. Grab them. Lime jelly beans. Yoink. They do look pretty cool under the black light. You do have to admit. Nice. Your great grandkids are going to love this kind of music. That checks out. It's a comfy looking sofa. What a strange lamp. Take it. You stow it into your pack. Fortunately, it isn't real lava. A lamp imbued with magic and filled with a strange lava-like substance. Nice. Disco, disco, disco. Yeah. All right. Well, we now are done with this. Let's go turn in the last of the beans to Roy Bean. And we should be done with this quest and we can go onto the bridge. Any line on that last jar of jelly beans? I got them right here. Cool. Well, I'll be jiggered. I didn't figure on seeing any of them jelly beans again. And here you've brought back all 3 jars. I ain't got much to reward you other than a handshake. Howdy, but maybe I'll be able to pay you back somehow in the future. Don't sweat it, Roy. I was happy to help. And how on earth could he help me in the future? Okay, it's the future. I guess that's it. Okay. And we're now done. Cool. With this little area here. So let's go back over to Smee. We have not been back to the railroad camp, and I don't even know how long it's been. It's been quite a while. On the way, you notice over at the side of the road, you spot a lone and gloomy cave marker with a lone and gloomy man in a black robe digging up the gravel with a shovel. Hey, what are you doing? The hooded figure looks at you, looks at the shovel, looks at the grave, then looks back at you. Do I really need to explain? I mean, why are you doing it? Well, it's for necromancy practice, right? I mean, you gotta get the bodies from somewhere. That's despicable. Shrug. This is the necromancer's territory now. Your moral outrage isn't really my concern. Did you just say shrug? We're gonna have to attack him for that. That's funny. Did you just say shrug? Okay, so my lava fava actually does 165 heat damage. That's pretty damn good. And we got a shovel. How exciting. You won. You kick him into the hole he's dug and fill it in. That'll show him. I imagine it would. Okay, we've made it back over here, so let's go ahead and get on with this train building. That guy has stopped messing with his watch and started eating jelly beans. Talk to him. Let's just see if there's anything following up from there. You sure I can't have one of those jelly beans? Yep. Well, it was worth a shot. Well, okay. Never mind. Come on, Smee. What do we got here? Howdy, boss. Any luck with this whole bridge situation? I think so, but it's hard to explain. Okay, so I had the option of building the bridge out of bones. Let's do the El Vibrato, though. I just happened upon that one anyway, so why not? But it's hard to explain. That sounds ominous. Let me just go take a quick look at the canyon first. Go over the telescope, and it cost me 5 meat. Well, I barely have, got 112. Put 5 meat at the telescope. You pay 5 meat and look through the telescope at the big canyon. It sure is big. It'll take quite a bridge to get across that thing, that's for sure. You could use your Next-Mex powers to build a bridge of bones. You could activate the El Vibrato bridge model and see if it does anything useful. I want to do the model. I spent way too much time going through those El Vibrato mines to do nothing. You twiddle the model until it bleeps and lights flash on it. A few minutes later, a huge swarm of spider-like El Vibrato robots climb out of the canyon, hauling large stone blocks and other materials, which they swiftly weld together with strange blue lights. The entire process takes more than 10 minutes, and the drones vanish back into the canyon, leaving behind a weird but very sturdy looking bridge. Okay, well, I guess that's what I was expecting, but I would have liked to seen that animated, just saying. I approach Smee, and he says, I don't think I trust these newfangled materials and techniques. Look at the weird lights all over it. Still, I guess if it works, it works. And the only method we have to test is to run a train over it. It'll be fine, I'm pretty sure. Now we just have to lay tracks the rest of the way into Frisco, and our work is done. Both mine and yours. See you there, boss. Well, all right. We've now finally gotten the railroad taken care of, and Frisco bound we are, I'm assuming. Guess that's where we're going. Yeah, okay. Yes, that is where we're going. And I believe we are done with this side of the map. There's probably a couple little things. Oh yeah, like the cemetery, Reboot Hill, where the Granny Smith is at, missing her apples. You spot a distinct lack of mining activity in the distance and ride closer to it to investigate. Yep, sure enough, nobody's mining over here. You discover a new map location, abandoned mine. I'm gonna go ahead and investigate it on the way. Why not? Well, there's just stuff everywhere. Okay, let's talk to our partner. She's all excited about something. What's new, Susie? Howdy. Guess I just got used to checking this map once in a while. No ranches nearby? Not that I know about. There's a custard stand. Well, okay then. You discovered a new map location. The last custard stand. I don't know why I think that's so funny, but let's see. Am I forgetting anything, Susie? Oh, yeah, I guess there's a couple of quests we need to finish in Breadwood. And also the petting cemetery is missing 2 more skeletons, so we need to take care of that. Okay, moving along, let's see, there's a shiny thing in here. Take it. A strange silver crystal. This crystal is silver in the sense that it is silver colored, but not silver in the sense that it is not made of silver. Okay, thank you. This dry washer is caked in dirt. Wash and dry it. Mind-splaining. Okay, we got some unrefined meat nuggets. You scrub the machine down. It doesn't look any better afterwards, but you do find some ore wedged in crannies here and there. Well, that was good. Needed some cash anyway, once I sell them. Well, it looks like it. Good thing I've got an oil can. The workings are too rusty to work. Let's loosen them with oil. You empty the oil can into the works. Now that the rust is dealt with, you can see a bolt that's way out of alignment. Align it with the wrench, yes, and write it down. Here we go. On to our next mining adventure for some mine-splaining. Buckle in, Susie. It'll be a bumpy ride. This mine isn't that great, but this cabinet is a big plus. Oh, we've got a medical gun. That's funny. Oh, wow, plus 30 maximum HP. A medical gun. If you don't think about it too much, a pistol is just a more effective syringe. Okay, yeah, I'll hand you that. That's cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use this medical gun, considering guns don't do anything for me, and at least my HP has gone up to 160 now, so that was pretty good. This switch has long since rusted away to uselessness. Nice. And this switch has long since rusted away to uselessness. Oh, we got some bean iron in the wall here. An abandoned cart gives us 150 meat with a mine-splaining bonus. Whoa, what's up with these weird rock lines? Your El Vibrato transponder goes crazy when you get near the rocks. We break it open and find a new room. Okay, there are a bunch of paper cards on this table. Oh, I don't even need these anymore. Whenever I insert these into the machines, it doesn't read anything else. Okay, the sign on the wall says West Central Storage Facility. Nice. Let's unlock this El Vibrato container. You get more scraps and more punch cards. There's a big cylinder on top of this rectangle we're gonna take. Okay, well that's it. Well, that was sure exciting. And this has actually been my experience with most of these rooms. Some of them have gotten, had some stuff in them, some of them haven't. Okay, now we're gonna hopefully not get lost here. No promises. Yeah, looks like there's just stuff on the walls and the floors, meat and stuff like that. Actually, there is some stuff in here. Oops, hold on. I want to do this up. It's some kind of drilling machine. It's a big stash of mining gear. Oh, can of kerosene. Thermos of spiked coffee. Hey. Okay. Finally, we found something decent. Spiked coffee. Okay, there's a bookshelf full of, looks like some booze. It's a shelf containing an effectively infinite amount of sarsaparilla. You've already got plenty. This is absolutely true. I do have plenty. The note says, Dear Jeff, got called up north to deepest delve. See you soon. Praise be Roberto. Sincerely, Jeff. And just for reference, Roberto is one of the words that was actually translated with the El Vibrato punch cards. I have no idea what it is referencing, but whatever. This place seems poorly ventilated for a campfire. Maybe that's why there's no one here. That checks out. And that's it for this room. So we're gonna go back to the other tunnel. See what we got here. This switch has long since rusted away to uselessness. Not that it was ever all that useful before, given the track layout. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, this is just a big circle. What's the point? Okay, this one's caved in. Can't do anything there. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know how I just got a jump scare in this game of all games. But I think it was the shadows and how they animated in. That was funny. Gonna have to fight these snakes to get through there. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. These guys should be, I'm assuming, easy to take out. Let's go ahead and, yeah, 151 to 152 mysticality damage on all of them. So yeah, that's okay. Thanks for playing. Goodbye, Slytherin. Okay, we got 2 coal snake skins. That's cool. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have a hat band on our hat, I don't believe. We do not. Let's go ahead and put a hat band on here. I mean, you know, we gotta be all stylish. Otherwise, what's the point of living? I guess I'm out of the snake skins that specifically help my character because I've only got a rattlesnake skin for +3 muscle and a coal snake skin for moxie. I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on that because we might be able to find another snake skin somewhere. Considering we've already ran into some, we might find some more. And once you attach it to your hat, it's done. Got some meat nuggets. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. I think that said a delicate bean iron nugget. Yeah, it sure did. I don't remember seeing a delicate one. Okay, it's just magnetic as well as magical. Ooh. Okay, moving on to nowhere because there's nowhere else to go. Okay, I guess we're on to Frisco. I mean, we're gonna have to stop by the last custard stand on the way, you know, just to get a little bit of a nibble. The bleeping of your vibrato transponder leads you to a hulking robot standing motionlessly out in the desert with a vulture perched on it. The vulture quickly flaps away when the robot lights up and starts moving towards you. Yeah. Well, this guy looks fun. Let's take him out with our teeth. Oh, speaking of teeth, you force the robot back into shutdown mode and the vulture reclaims its perch. So speaking of teeth, there's one thing that we have not done. So I believe it was the last episode. I ended up reading the latest Next Mex book and it totally devastated my character with, you know, meat gains and all that other stuff. But it did give me the ability to conjure a skeletal something. Yes, so we had to basically ensorcel a handful of loose teeth. So let's go ahead and do that. You select the blackest, most decayed tooth from the pile and whisper promises to it of murders to come. It twitches with need, with hunger. Someone's soul demands to pull the trigger just one more time. You got an item, ensorcelled tooth. Okay, it's exciting. Ensorcelled tooth. The soul of a deadly gunslinger is trapped in this tooth, and you know that because you trapped it there. Toss it on the ground and see what happens. This item is used in combat. Okay, so it should be in my menu bar. Cool. It looks like we have finally made it to the last fine custard stand. Excellent. I think this play on words is so damn funny. Okay, we got some gin blossoms. Hi. Well, howdy there. Welcome to the last custard stand. I'm Custard Man Stan, and I make custard like only Custard Man Stan can. Care to try some? Tell me about your custard stand, Custard Man Stan. I see where this is going. Not much to tell. Just a plain honest custard stand selling plain honest custard. But it's the last one. What, like the last one before you get to Frisco or last one in the whole territory? Heck, the last one in the whole world as far as I know. But I can't swear to that. Are you sure it just isn't the first? Yep, because the first one was also mine. It was further up north. Whole dang operation was ate by wasps. Stand and all. Give me them sweet custards. Okay, vanilla's for muscle. Raisin custard for mysticality, really? Ugh. And chocolate custard is for moxie. Okay, that checks out. Yeah, okay. But raisin custard, really? Well, in truth, I don't even know if I need this, and I'm not gonna spend what little money I have left. So let me just go ahead and take care of this, man. It's time for me to blow this custard stand. I think I'm gonna start saying that IRL just for fun. Okay, I guess we're off to Frisco. A thin stream of smoke over the next hill indicates a nearby campfire, so you decide to check it out. It turns out instead to be a man strolling around nonchalantly. He's wearing a top hat, which is on fire. Hey, mister, your hat's on fire. Yes, I know. You don't seem particularly bothered by it. Well, I don't think panicking would solve anything. I guess you have a point of sorts. So what's your deal? My deal? Well, I'm an artist. Ah, I see. So this is some kind of performance art thing? Oh, you mean the hat? No, that's just coincidence. I'm a painter. Oh my God, this is so ridiculous. Try to convince him to take off the hat. Yeah, because I need a flaming hat. Mister, you need to take that hat off. You'll roast your brain. Perhaps. But think how handy it will be for reading at night. Okay, now I have two choices. This is ridiculous, let's just fight. Or explain how fire is bad for his head. I really don't want to fight this guy because he's just too damn funny. I want to go ahead and see if we can outfox him. And luckily it's 5 and I've got level 5, so. Look, I'll put it this way. You're an artist, right? You depend on your eyes for your ability to create. Well, once your hat burns down far enough, Your eyeballs are going to boil in their sockets. Ah, well, that would put a hamper on my painting. Of course. Well, before that happens, your brain will roast, starting with the parietal lobes on top, which cover visual perception and object manipulation. Oh my. Very well, you've made your point here. I have now received the burning top hat, plus 8 mysticality, heck yes. Thank you. So I'm just, scamming people left and right. Okay, we've made it to the Frisco city limit. Let's see what Smee has to say here. What's going on, Smee? This fancy pants calls himself the Emperor and won't let us build our tracks up to the station. Can you see if you can talk some sense into him? I'm on it. It might be some sense rolled into a fist. This is the fancy pants? Who the heck are you? I'm Emperor Norton. I'm in charge of this city, and you can't build any train tracks here without my permission. And Emperor, where's your crown then? As it happens, I lost my dang crown. Full thing didn't right fit anyway, but without it, I can't issue any official permits, and that means no rails for you. Unless, of course, you were to give me a new crown, a properly fitting one. I don't have any crowns, sorry. Well, I guess that just tears it, don't it? So not only do you not get that permit, but also, he reaches into his pocket and grabs a handful of powder, which he throws in your face. Your eyes burn. Ha! Have a taste of my famous antivirus, sucker. Your vision goes all weird and you pass out. What was that? When you come to, Norton is gone. And so is the train. Uh-oh. What the hell? This is interesting. Let's see what our thing says here. The last thing we consumed was the Baccarat Galactarius. You've made the classic mistake. You consumed something given to you by a hippie, which opened our third eye. And now we have, it looks like bug eyes. So that is interesting. Let's see, Smear. Smear. The screen's so jacked up I can't even remember or read. Smee, where did the train go? That lunatic stole it. He drove it off somewhere into the desert. Norton's gone off the rails. Yeah, clearly. He points to a set of deep ruts off to the side of the railroad tracks. You walk over to investigate, but you can't see it because of this weird hexagon thing your eyes are doing. You should probably get that checked out, boss. That Norton fella said something about an antivirus? Maybe someone around here knows something about it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Emperor Norton's antivirus. Yeah, probably. I walk up to Susie. Ugh, this is the worst. Did I hear Smee say antivirus? I ain't liking the sound of that. Yeah, it sucks. Everything looks really weird, and it makes me dizzy. My granny used to say honey's real good for infections and illnesses and the like. Maybe if we can find some kind of super powerful honey somewheres? Any ideas? Say, didn't that Roy Bean fella have some kind of special honey jelly bean? Maybe that'd do the trick. That's ridiculous, but I guess it's worth a try. Best get going. Yeah, wasn't that the $6,000 jelly bean? There's no way in possible hell I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon. Okay, we got Frisco Station. Now playing the Projectionist Wanted. What is this? Gloomies? Oh, that's the bar. Okay, we're not gonna walk into it. Sorry, we're not gonna talk to anyone just yet. A flyer of some sort, pick it up. You got an item, comedy flyer. Oh, well, this is right up our alley. Because I think Howdy's the funniest person in these parts. This is something you found on the ground in Frisco, which means that in the absolute best case scenario, it's garbage. Oh my God, you read the garbage. It turns out to be a flyer for a comedy shack up north of Frisco. You jot down the location on your map and throw the flyer away. You discover a new map location, Wasco's Comedy Shack. Well, that burning top hat is just slightly better than the bean iron color that I have, so we would have to spend 500 meat to get it silver plated so it could be the equivalent of what we currently have and eventually find a new snakeskin. It's nearly identical houses as far as the eye can see in that direction. Huh, nice touch there. Yeah, we can't go any farther than this. We can't go into this one. Oh, so there's only a few places in this place. Where's the bar? Frisco Station, yeah, and the movie theater. Well, let's go ahead and start at Frisco Station. This is a nice station. Too bad there's no trains that run to it yet. Okay, well, that was nice. Moving to the theater. Word on the street is the Projectionist Wanted 2 is already in the works. It says now playing Projectionist Wanted. That's the title of the film. That's hilarious. So the only thing to look at in this town is the saloon. And look how large that woman's glass is. That's hilarious. Okay, there's people. Oh my God, there's a spittoon. You know what we have to do. Sorry, no darts. Management. I'm recognizing a theme here. I walk up to the barkeep. Well, I'll be a new face. I'm Clooncy. Make yourself at home. Thanks. I'm Howdy Foss. New to town? I've been helping Manifest Destiny get the rail tracks laid. We're very, very close, but haven't quite finished yet. Sounds like you could use a drink. Clooncy? I sure could. What have you got? A New Amsterdam. New fashioned. Oh, that's hilarious. And you know, just so happens an old fashioned is my favorite drink. And a Mysticality by 9 for the rest of the day increase is pretty sweet. Olive gin cone for Moxie. That's cool. That was a nice little touch for those. Okay, what's with the huge brawl going on over there? Oh, them fellers are always blowing off steam. I just let them go ahead and get their aggressions out. So long as they keep over there, away from what furniture I got left. I see. And that's all we have to say. That was interesting. This lady has a rock in her whiskey. Ask her about it. Whiskey on the rocks, eh? Sigh. That was a little funny the first time I heard it today. So by now it should be a laugh, right? Seriously though, why are you ruining that whiskey with that rock? I'm not here to drink. I'm doing important research. What kind of research do you do? I'm testing the effects of various liquids on hypercrystalline thalanomorphic diorites. Today's liquid is ethanol. Maybe I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm guessing you're some kind of scientist. Good guess. Specifically, I'm an arcanogeologist. Arcano magical rocks? Hey, not bad. You got it in one. Dr. Josie Morton at your service. Hi, I'm Hattie Foss. My second guess was gonna be buttholes, but rocks don't have those. Not typically, no. Like, okay, that caught me off guard. Oh my God. Morton, oh geez. Morton, huh? Any relation to that emperor guy? Who? There was a weirdo outside calling himself Emperor Norton. Are you asking me if I'm related to someone because our last names rhyme? Well, not anymore. Have you met the professor? The guy researching El Vibrato out at Gustafson Gulch? That's him. His work is really intriguing, but our fields of study don't overlap as much as you'd expect. No? I thought El Vibrato would be right up your alley. There's all kind of magical rocks in that stuff. Yeah, but those rocks were heavily modified by the El Vibratoans. My interest is in magical rocks in their naturally occurring state. Ah, I see. How's your whiskey experiment going? Not great, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting much. This test should really be done with pure ethanol, but it's too hard to get out here. So I'm trying whiskey, just for the heck of it, but the impurities in it would screw up my findings even if I had any. Well, that's a shame. Hey, your rock just turned blue. Oh, that's unrelated. Hypercrystalline amorphic diorite turns blue every 23 minutes. I have a colleague who patented a design for a watch based on the property of it, but a 23-minute watch isn't very useful. Plus, you know, the whole cancer thing. Cancer? Yeah, did you think I was drinking this because of the flavor? It's because I don't want a tumor that can yell its own name. Do you need any help with your experiments? Sure, I can always use some more samples. If you find any interesting rocks, please bring them to my house. What counts as interesting? I haven't seen any rocks that turn blue. Oh, just anything a rock doesn't ordinarily do. Moving around on its own, defying gravity, displaying rudimentary intelligence. What about a rock that plays the banjo? Have you seen a rock that plays the banjo? Oh no, I was just what-ifing. Jeez Louise, don't get my hopes up like that. Well, I'll swing by if I find any interesting rocks. Alrighty, thanks. Hope to see you soon. She pays her tab, fishes the rock out of her whiskey and leaves. You decide there's no sense in throwing the bathwater out with the baby, and you pocket the whiskey. We got a new item. Whiskey without the rocks. Increases spell damage by 23 for the rest of the day. Dr. Morton told you this whiskey was poisonous, but you figure all whiskey is technically poisonous. So how much worse could this one really be? Oh, fair enough. Nice. Let's see. Oh boy, another spittoon. Let's go. Let's hold off on that for just a second. Let's see what these guys are up to over here. Maybe we can get into a little bit of a bar brawl. It's a real Frisco fracas. Let's dive right in. Okay, well, this is gonna be fairly easy, I imagine. Let's just go ahead and eliminate everyone. Yeah. Hooray, we won! Got decent wine and decent tequila, 60 XP. Oh, so we can just keep doing this? I imagine there's gonna be more and more people that show up. Decent whiskey, decent tequila. If I'm not mistaken, the whiskey is actually for Mysticality, so that's a good thing. Yep. Now that we've been hanging out with the local riffraff and doing some Frisco fracasing, we walk over to the spittoon. Oh boy, another spittoon. Let's go. What's with the excitement? I've given up. This is the last spittoon of the game, and I'm not gonna try and convince you not to be the most disgusting person on earth anymore. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah. Search that filthy spittoon. This is so ridiculous. You kneel down on the ground and throw your arms around the spittoon, giving the greasy brass bucket a great big hug. How about a kiss? Would you like to kiss it? You know it, baby. Jesus, now it's just getting dumb. You pucker up and give the spittoon a great big kiss right on the rim. Is there a tongue involved? Well, I'll leave that up to you. But even without it, it tastes like a burning horse. I love it. I know you do, friend. And if it were legal in this country, I'd let you marry that spittoon and have a beautiful romantic honeymoon night with it. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to settle for wearing it as a hat. Yes, please. You flip that beautiful brass bucket over and slap it on your head, drenching yourself in hot brown tobacco spit. Ugh. That's disgusting. It washes down over your face and hair like a sewage waterfall, soaking your clothes, running down your collar and slithering into your underwear, and filling your boots. I can't even force myself to describe it in any more detail than that. I think that was plenty, dude. Thank you. You are the world's foulest human being. Congratulations. You got an item. Spittoon hat. Please be something good. Hell yes. This is a spittoon hat, which is to say, it is a spittoon that you have turned upside down and placed on top of your head, plus 6 mysticality and plus 11 spell damage. That actually is pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to change out my headgear. I mean, even if it was terrible, I'd have to change out my headgear, but this is perfect. Oh my God. I mean, yeah, I think I'm digging the writers of this game. Completely ridiculous, but I love it. Well, all right, we've now done everything in this room, I believe. And we've gotten, a fancy new hat. But I have yet to, I thought we were looking for something for the honey. Oh, I'll go back to the bartender and ask him, what can you tell me about Frisco? Oh, it's a fine town. Fella named Samson Frisco found it way back when the mines first opened up out this way and everyone caught the fever. Mining fever? Yep. The kind you get from breathing too much dirt. Frisco was a doctor, you see. Oh, gotcha. And that's all we got here. That's kind of weird. Yeah, otherwise it's just buying them or asking about the brawl. So I can't even ask him about getting darts. Weird. Okay. Well, that was exciting. I guess we can't do anything else in this town. Well, let's see if we can go find Norton. We're gonna hop over to the Wasco's Comedy Shack. And on the way, hopefully we'll run into something that we can actually use. And on the way, we are actually approached by the shambling skeleton of a man with a lumber axe and a big bushy beard. So it's either the skeleton of a lumberjack or a skeleton of one of those Johnny-come-lately axe and beard fans. Nice. Okay, we take him out with hot damage, as usual. Got a handful of teeth and skeleton bones. You chop that skeleton down like dead wood. Well, exactly like that, pretty much. On to Wasco's Comedy Shack. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Wasco Shafter's the name and comedy's the game. Are you here for a real high-slapping good time? All right, hit me. 5 meat? You hand over 5 meat and Wasco clears his throat. Okay, so a skeleton walks into a bar, and the bartender says, wait, it's a horse, not a skeleton, sorry. Anyway, after the bartender asks the horse, hey, why is your face so long, buddy? Wasco takes a bow. Want to hear another one? All right, hit me. All right, a guy walks into a bar, and the bartender says, sorry, we don't serve goblins here. Oh, I forgot to mention, the guy is a goblin. Anyway, the end. Wasco takes a bow. Want to hear another one? You hand over the meat and Wasco clears his throat. Okay, here's a good one. Take my wife, please. Silence. Please? That's it? Wasco takes a bow. Want to hear another one? I'm just going to go ahead and do all of this. Anyway, I just flew in from Canada, which is weird, right? Because people can't fly, except for in balloons or gliders, I guess. We want to have actual airplanes for at least another couple decades anyway. Seriously? Wasco takes a bow. Want to hear another one? I've got to do this. I mean, I've got to get rewarded for something for the pain and torture I'm putting myself through. And you, of course. All those listening and watching, which might be 7 people. Okay, so a guy walks into a bar and he asks for a beer and a mop. And the bartender says, what's the mop for? And the guy replies, because I'm a skeleton. Wasco, you're real bad at this. What? No, I'm not. You're bad at the stuff you do. Dumb things, probably. Come on, let me tell you another one. All right. Boy, it was really, really cold yesterday. You're supposed to ask how cold it was. Oh, come on, Wasco. Wasco takes a bow. Want to hear another one? All right, here's a classic. What walks on 4 legs in the morning and 2 legs in the afternoon and 3 legs at night? A man! But I'm dumb. Oh my God. Seriously, you aren't good at comedy. Shut up, I'm great at jokes. No, you aren't. But what about your timing is terrible. Timing? All right, hit me. So my Uncle Alex thinks he's a chicken. And my wife suggested we should take him to see a psychiatrist. And I said maybe we should take him to a regular doctor because I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be possible for a regular human to lay eggs. Yeah. Want to hear another one? No, I do not. Okay, Susie, please save us from this. Hey there, Susie. I don't know any ranches out this way specifically, but if I had to guess, I'd say there's one out that way. You think it's worth following up on a guess like that? There's good land out that way, and there's plenty of folks looking to make a real life for themselves. I can't imagine it being left empty. You discover a new map location. Olive Garden's homestead. Okay. We've got to go over to Olive Garden for the unlimited breadsticks and salad. All right. Olive Garden's homestead. Here we go. Your transponder bleeps at you, which only means one thing. treasure, or a fight. Oh, I guess it's really two things. Anyway, this time it turned out to be a fight. Specifically a fight with a large robot. Well, assuming you decide to fight it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. All right, that spittoon on my head looks fantastic. You probably shouldn't go traipsing through this woman's garden without getting permission. Okay. Howdy. Howdy, stranger. Name's Howdy. Howdy. I'm Olive. Olive Garden. This is so ridiculous. Nice garden you've got there, Olive. Why, thanks. Looks delicious. Oh, I don't grow them to eat. I just grow them to grow them. In fact, if you've got the know-how, you're welcome to harvest anything you like. Thanks. Sure thing, hon. Why, I'm always happy to meet another cactus aficionado. Oh, here we go. Did you know there's more than 2,000 different breeds of cactus, all different shapes and sizes, and all different colors of flowers too? If you know what cactus to look for, they'll help you survive out in the desert for quite a while too. They collect and store a lot of drinkable water and several varieties of their edible fruit. That's fascinating. So obviously the cactus guy from the very beginning of the game, we need to introduce to this lady. That's fascinating. And that's even before we get into the medical uses. Did you know if you sterilize cactus spines over hot coals, you can use them for sutures? Although you have to be careful because there's a couple of breeds whose spines are actually venomous. Well, I'll be darned. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing this until I hopefully get something. Nothing. That was it. That was exciting. You'll probably think I'm silly, but I think of these cactuses as pets. They're like big green prickly children, though a lot easier to take care of, obviously. People probably think of me as that weird cactus lady that lives outside of town, but that doesn't matter to me as long as I've got my needle babies. You know, if you love cactuses so much, why don't you marry one? Howdy, you are definitely not the first person to suggest that. And I'll tell you what, I would absolutely, positively marry a cactus if I could find one that wanted to marry me. Take your leave. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go take care of this right now after I go through this garden and just clear her out of, my God, there's a lot of stuff in here. Jesus. Okay, this is kind of surprising, but you know, not a complaint there. Frisco poppy, northern clownwort. Man, this is like, in case you've missed everything along the way, you can definitely get it all right here. That was literally every plant that we've harvested along the way. And the Frisco poppy, I believe, we'd only gotten one. So before we continue on, let's go back over to, let me see, it was Redwood to get the cactus to come back over here. There's a goblin standing off to one side of the trail, just staring up at the sky. They don't even seem to notice you approaching. Hello? The goblin jumps a little in surprise and greets you, presumably since you can't understand what they're saying. They seem pretty distracted by whatever they're doing though, and soon just staring up at the sky again. You look up but don't see anything noteworthy. Try to communicate with it. A moon? It's way too early. The moons won't be out for hours. The goblin hands you some pebbles with a grin and goes back to staring upwards. You got an item, moon bits. Powdery little bits of moon rock. A real curiosity in this day and age. Okay, I guess we can give it to that lady. And you know, shockingly, I went to the wrong town, which totally checks out. I believe he is in Dirtwater. On the way, you discover what is either an open grave or a very deep and rectangular pothole. Jump in and see what you find. Got some loose teeth, handful of gold coins, a gold skull, and an old engagement ring. A gold skull. Yeah, we found one of those before. An old engagement ring. This ring isn't as shiny as it used to be, but it used to be incredibly shiny. Okay, this is a stack of coins that are either from a time or place when or where coins were or are used as currency instead of meat. Jeez. Here's the cactus man in his fresh new pot. Howdy, Bill. Howdy. Say, I don't reckon you found me that cactus lady yet. I have found just the gal for you, Bill. Do you mean it, Howdy? Sure do. She's a cactus-loving lady named Olive Garden, and she's a real peach. You give Cactus Bill directions out to the Olive Ranch, and he hitches a ride on the very next passing stagecoach. Godspeed, Cactus Bill. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap this portion up because I want to see where this goes. Crazy and Crazierton. You've crossed paths with Wanderin' Sally again. Howdy. Interested in trading? You betcha. Not quite sure what we got over here that we need. It doesn't look like anything, quite frankly. I think we've got plenty of needles. I have 26 needles. Yeah, I think we're good. Thanks, Wanderin' Sally. We're off on our merry way. But actually, before we head back over there, I'm gonna go over to Dirtwater and check the boot cellar that has opened up and also see how the band is doing. Got the Liquid Bread Brewing Company hot dogs. I'm sorry. Didn't we send someone over here to start selling boots? I could swear, oh, maybe we have to go to bed. We have to sleep first, that's right. Yikes, yuck. So I guess that applies to the band as well? I'm not sure. Oh no, we've got 4 people here now. I guess we're missing one person and it's not me. I have no idea what that's gonna end up doing, but whatever. We've made it over to Olive Garden's house because when you're here, your family. Hey, Bill. I see you found the place. I found the love of my life, and it's all thanks to you, Howdy. Yes, thank you. It was love at first sight. We got married right away. Well, I'm just glad to have helped someone find happiness in this desolated wasteland. Good luck to you both. That was it? Can we go in the house at least? We're still figuring out this whole hugging thing. I wonder if I could find some puncture-proof coveralls somewhere. Maybe I should shave. Oh, but those spines are important to protect and shade your skin. Wonder how weird this is gonna get. Well, at least we can kiss, as long as we're careful. I wonder what our children would look like. Oh, geez. Okay, bye. Okay, we're gonna head over to Dr. Morton's house and give her the moon rocks. Maybe. On the way, you ride past a woman who is running along the desert trail on foot. And although I say running, it's a slow run with an odd loping gait. She's dressed oddly too. No hat, just a thin strip of fabric tied across her forehead, light clothing, and strange soft-looking boots that barely even come up to her ankles. Everything all right? Are you running away from something? Something pretty slow? Like maybe a desert tortoise or... No, I'm jogging. What? Jogging. I invented it. It's like slow running. Where I'm from, we just walk. It's better exercise if you go faster. Not fast enough to actually get away from anything though, right? But full out running wears you out. That isn't as healthy. It's healthier than being eaten by a bear. Look, I'm not being chased by a bear. I've never been chased by a bear. Yes, that's obvious. You're alive and not mangled lumps. This is about physical fitness. Bears aren't an issue. Okay, you're right. Thank you. There aren't many bears out here in the desert. A pack of coyotes though, you'd be in real trouble. This is a very frustrating conversation. They'd tear you to shreds even without those goofy looking shoes. Hey, I designed these myself. They're not goofy. They're pretty goofy. I mean, what good are they if you can't even run properly in them? What? They don't prevent, and they certainly aren't going to protect your ankles. They're perfectly good for kicking your ass. Gosh, all this exercise has made you kind of belligerent. Get down off that horse. How about we see if you can catch me? Bring it, goofy shoes. I don't even know how this started, but I ended it. Ready to take her goofy shoes? Yep. Got some running boots, +4 speed, +8 moxie. I didn't really even want those, but we got them anyway. We've made it over to Dr. Morton's house, and there is a machine outside that's some kind of drilling machine. It seems to have taken a real beating. Okay, that's the second one of those we found. This doesn't seem natural. I don't know what's unnatural about rocks. It's all the natural rockery. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in this. A fancy high-tech electric light. Ask about it. Don't these new lamp things usually need to be plugged into something? Yes, but I've modified them to run off of ambient arcanolithic radiation. You can see how they work more reliably the closer they are to the diuretic resonator on the floor here. Yes, I understand this. There are some weird looking boots on this workbench. Hey Josie, what's up with these boots? Oh, that's just an invention I lost interest in. What do they do? They're supposed to make you run really fast, but I couldn't get any significant boost out of them. You're so close though. Oh yeah? Sure. Just gotta hook this wire up to this spring, twist this flange a little, and Bob's your uncle. Oh, huh. Clever. Well, I'm still not interested in them. You can keep them if you want. Boost boots. These boots are augmented with various electrical thingamajigs. Wearing them is like having somebody constantly shooting at your heels, +5 speed. Thanks. You walk up to the bookshelf and you realize you had no idea there were so many books about rocks. Let's see what Susie has to say. I'm sorry. This is Dr. Josie Morton. Hi there, Dr. Morton. Oh, hi. Did you find any interesting rocks for me? Not yet, but I keep an eye out. The moon rocks don't count? Well, I never. Okay, the rock in the center of the room is clearly something special. The water in this vanity has been replaced with some kind of solvent. It's a bed made of stone, a bedrock, if you will. She's really committed to this whole geology thing. Yeah, I imagine so. Gross. This was once a dining table, but now it's just a bad horizontal filing cabinet. Okay, well, I guess there's nothing else here. Is this the part of the game where they ran out of content or what? Let's wander around and see if we can find the jackass that stole the train. On the way, you see a plume of smoke rising over the trees to the north of you. You nudge meditation in that direction and find a cozy looking cabin nestled in a copse of pines. The ground outside is sparkling and rainbow tinted, a telltale sign of effect of the practice of the jeweler's trade. Okay, we found the jeweler's cabin. Let's go check it out. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else over here, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. There's a goblin in here. Nice. See if we can find over here. This is the goblin's bed, maybe? A toilet. This must be the assistant's toilet. It doesn't have enough rusty scrap metal bolted onto it to be the goblin's toilet. Gain 9 XP. Huzzah! Your eyebrows are getting kind of wild. Pluck them. 5 XP. This appears to be their dining table, but they left out a stack of magazines for customers to look at while they're waiting. They're all in goblin though. Nice. I walk up to him. The goblin responds, why, hello, welcome to the Master Gerald's jewelry workshop. Howdy, are you Master Gerald? Oh no, Master Gerald is back there at the workbench. I'm just his assistant and translator. A goblin jewelsmith? He says that's right, the finest jeweler in the territory. Well, what do you know? I don't see anything on display though. Master Gerald only does bespoke work. If you bring in a sufficient valuable gemstone, he'll craft it into the fine ring for you for a fee. Well, here's what I've got. What do I have? Oh, well, Master Gerald takes a look at the rocks and what you have. So I've got a ruby, an emerald, and a crystal, but I don't have the meat to do this. So that's fun. Seriously, I am 5 short from those stupid jokes. That's impressive luck. Let me go see if I can find $5 somewhere. Excuse me, 5 meat. I'm gonna go sell something. On the way back to the jeweler's, you catch a glimpse of something colorful out in the corner of your eye and hop down to investigate it. Before you know it, you're mesmerized by a scintillating rainbow of shiny, multicolored scales. A moment later, you've realized you've fallen for the oldest trick in the book. Specifically, the book about how Frisco vipers trap their prey, because you're surrounded by Frisco vipers. Oh, I hope these give me good skins for my hat, my spittoon hat. Let's see what we do here. We should take them all out. Yeah, okay, well, not all of them, but close, so close. Yeah, they're hitting a lot harder, that's for sure, but this'll do it. This is 200 hot damage, wow. Snake liver, okay, here we go. Frisco viper skin, sweet. Put it on your hat to add +3 to all stats. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I am gonna keep the spittoon hat until the end of this game, regardless if it's a good idea or not, because, you know, you just got to. Okay, and it just happened to be rainbow colored, so I guess that checks out too, whatever. Frisco, whatever. Okay, let's see. Welcome back. Have you brought any gemstones that you would like Master Gerald to craft into rings for you? Have a look. Okay, the emerald. Oh my God, we couldn't even check it? Ah, shit. That sucks. I had no idea what each of them did. I was trying to, like, for some reason, click on it to see whatever. Clearly that was stupid. That was a bit painful. Whatever. I mean, is that even worth a damn, what I just did? I don't think it is. +3 maximum AP and +5 speed. I mean, I've had better as well as worse. Whatever. You know, unfortunately, it doesn't tell you what they do. Man, this is a very expensive trial and error type of game. Well, and on that note, I think we are going to go ahead and call it here today. Honestly, this has been a really good episode, in my opinion. I'm super glad that we've gotten the spittoon hat to really wrap up our experience through, I don't know, 15, 10 at least spittoons. But anyway, if you're still sticking around for this content, then you must enjoy it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would have really appreciated it if you did. It does help out the channel, and it helps us grow and provide more content that's equally as ridiculous. Until next time, thanks so much for tuning in today, and we will see you in the next one.